All right, welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Okay, it says gold tops 1300, hits 15-month high. Okay, unfortunately, gold didn't close above 1300. It closed down actually today at like what was it, 1290 something. I can't remember. But anyways, but it did trade above 1300 today, which was great to see. And it I guess people started to sell and take some profit, so it dropped back down to 1290, 90.30 or something like that. I can't remember, 90 12, maybe 1293, somewhere around there. Okay. Can't remember what it closed at, but either way, it says gold's glittering year keeps getting brighter. I think gold year to year, from this time from last year to now is probably up like 21%, something like that range. Okay. It says the precious metal hit a new milestone on Monday, climbing above 1300 an ounce for the first time since January 2015. Gold is now up 22% this year, crushing stocks. Okay, so it's up 22% this year. Okay, so um, interesting. Crushing stocks, bonds, and most other major asset classes. The recent gold strength shows how the 2016 rally has really been fueled by two distinct stages. The first was a flight to safety as turmoil erupted on Wall Street and around the world, highlighted by the U.S. stock markets, the worst start to a year ever. Yep. So that's one of the reasons why gold really took off, is because the stock markets had seen the worst 2 weeks of ever. Okay, ever seen on Wall Street. The first 2 weeks ever seen on Wall Street was January 2016. Okay, and that was because Janet Yellen in December decided to finally raise interest rates by like 0.0001 and for the first time in about 8 years, and it was going to just collapse the whole entire market. So we saw the worst start in 2016, and then Janet Yellen had to come out and say, look, we don't have any plans on raising the interest rates until maybe June. And when they did that, the market started to rebound. Okay, so that was a clear sign that to all people around the world that there is no recovery in America. Matter of fact, it's way worse and than they are even claiming it to be. It is absolute disaster, and that tells you another thing, that the president of the United States is a bold-faced liar, because in his speech, State of the Union, he said America was greater than ever before. But yet, Janet Yellen raised interest rates 0.001 or something in that range, and it collapsed the whole entire Wall Street for 2 weeks. Actually, it was more than 2 weeks. It was about 4 weeks, and Janet Yellen had to stop the bleeding by coming out and saying, "Okay, no rate hikes until maybe June." Okay, and now she's even saying, "Well, we're not going to rush into any type of rate hikes. We'll make the decisions when we get there." Okay, so she sees that there's no recovery. Everybody sees there's no recovery. The whole entire world knows that America is in big trouble. Okay, and they're all preparing. They're all preparing themselves, and they're preparing in gold and silver. Okay, and they're also preparing by dropping the U.S. dollar from their daily use, and they're using their own currency. Thousands, I mean not thousands, but it's almost 100 countries have dropped the U.S. dollar in the last 12 months, right? Something like that. So to use their own currency. Now, of course, when they use their own currency, their currency devalues like crazy. Okay, because no one else is using their currency, so it devalues. And that's exactly what's going to happen here in America when we finally stop using the Fed dollar and use a Treasury Reserve notes or another type of currency. the currency that we're using is going to be devalued and devalued because no one else in the world is going to be using the new currency that the American people use. Okay, of course, those who stay in America, and you guys are gonna have you guys will have a choice to stay or not. You know what I mean? Once all this stuff, all the investment stuff happen for you guys. Um, okay, it says that gold prices calmed down a bit as U.S. stocks staged a massive comeback. And why did stocks make a massive comeback? Because Jenny Yellen said that she wasn't going to be raising any rates, no rate hikes in the near future, right? And so markets in February started to come back up after a disappointing January. Okay. Now there's a storm going on around me, so if you guys can hear thunder and lightning and rain, that's what you're hearing. There's a storm that just came in, so uh, and I hope you guys are safe wherever you guys are at. Okay, so it says and turned positive on the year. It says, but gold is once again on the rise, lifting the SPDR Gold Trust ETF GLD nearly 6% over the past month. The S&P 500 is virtually unchanged since then. Okay. Now, when did I bring you guys the Big Gold gold savings account? I bought you guys that around, it had to be, was it February? Late February I started doing the Big Gold. March, April, was it February or January? I can't remember. Anyways, sometime around February, I brought you guys BitGo for a reason. All right, so BitGo, a savings account in gold is not what I'm saying. I think a lot of people haven't joined BitGo because they think it's something like Bitcoin. They think it's some type of an investment thing or some type of, I don't know. It's nothing like that. I've said it a million times, and people still message me and saying, "What is this BitGo thing?" I say it every time on the main channel. It's a savings account in gold. That's it. That's all it is. I think BitGo would actually be a lot further along, even though it is growing rapidly. I did post that article on Facebook yesterday. I think it was yesterday or the day before. How BitGo is growing rapidly. But I'll tell you this: if they didn't call their name BitGo, I think they would have grown even more rapidly. Because so many people think that it has something to do with Bitcoin, and it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. And BitGo is just a savings account in gold. So you have a savings account in your bank account right now. Okay, you have a checking account and you have a savings account. Okay, your savings account in your bank account is not in gold. Your savings account is in fiat U.S. dollars, right? With the petro U.S. dollar. BitGold is a savings account in gold. Okay, so it's not in. So when you transfer your money into BitGold, you're buying gold. You're buying gold by the grams, most likely. I mean, I think they do it by the ounces as well, but majority of people in BitGold have gold in grams. Okay, so you're taking your money and you're transferring your fiat money into gold. Okay, so then the money that's sitting in your account is in gold and no longer in fiat currency. That is amazing. People don't understand the grasp of that. And one thing I don't like about BitGo is that it's only 100,000 for the account. That's why you have to go to Gold Money. But a lot of us don't have that type of money anyways to have 100,000 in gold anyways. But with this revaluation and the funding and all this stuff happens, you guys can also get an account in gold money, because there you can put more than 100,000 in and you can do a lot more things business wise. Okay, BitGold is mainly just a savings account in gold, and being able to transfer gold to other people's accounts and using your gold money credit card, prepaid card, banking card, basically, to swipe and the money that you have in your account. Okay. So yeah, so since that time, gold is up 22%. So a lot of you guys are enjoying some gains in your BitGold account. So I'm glad that I could do that. I brought it out basically at the perfect time. The Wall Street was down. bigger than it's ever been in the history. It's a massive. It was the worst start ever in Wall Street history, and I brought you guys BitGold, and then BitGold has been up, and gold has been up 22%. Okay, so amazing. Perfect timing. We asked the Lord first. Remember, I made a video here saying the Lord confirms that BitGold is a great investment, okay, or great company, whatever you want to call it, okay. And then I went to the Lord first about it, and then I showed it to you guys. So, yeah. So, and then a lot of you guys joined, and some of you guys still haven't joined, okay, because you think it's Bitcoin, and it has nothing to do with Bitcoin. Okay. Let's see here. It says gold prices calmed down a bit as U.S. stocks stage a massive comeback. And who's this calling me, man? Hold on, guys. Okay. Um, let's see. Massive comeback and turn positive on the year, but gold is once again on the rise, lifting the SPDR Gold Trust ETF GLD nearly 6%. Okay, we already talked about that. The U.S. and the S&P 500 is unchanged. Okay, so what's fueling the latest rally? This time it's the U.S. dollar. A weak dollar is good for gold because it makes the metal less expensive for foreign buyers and reinforces gold's role as a good store of long-term value. Okay, so we know that the U.S. dollar is going down. We know the U.S. dollar just hit a new 52-week low today, 92.54. Okay, so the U.S. dollar is going to 90, then it's going to go to 80, then it's going to go in the 70s. So where do you think gold is going to go? Gold is going to go to 3,000. Okay, so that's why we love gold. That's why we love gold, because we know the U.S. dollar is going down, and we know gold and oil are coming up. Okay. As you see here, there it is. S&P 500 going down there, and gold is going up, and it's going to continue to rise and rise and rise. Okay, no slowing down for gold no more. Gold is not. The same thing with silver. Silver is a good one to get as well. Silver can probably hit anyway $50 to $300 an ounce here in the next 3 to 5 years. So, okay, it says the U.S. dollar has plunged 2% against the basket of currencies over the past week. That decline has helped lift gold more than 4% over that same span. Okay, after years of strength, the greenback dollar has lately been dented by the Federal Reserve scaling back its once ambitious plan to raise rates and near zero economic growth in the USA. Yep. See, the Federal Reserves, they hurt themselves by saying that there was a recovery. They kept saying that there was a recovery. As you see here, even CNN is saying that they had an ambitious plan to raise rates. Yes, because they were telling and tooting to the world that America had recovered from its recession, and now they're saying, "Oh my God, we can't raise any rates. We did it one time, and it was the worst start in U.S. history for the markets. We cannot raise rates." Okay, so as you see here, and that's hurting the dollar, because now people are saying, "Wait a minute, so there is no recovery. You guys lied to us," and that's exactly what Janet Yellen did. She lied. Okay, it says that we had gone through such extremes of dollar strength, it was just time for the dollar to come back, or whatever. The dollar took a big hit against the Japanese yen just last week after the Bank of Japan shocked investors by declining to launch new stimulus efforts. Yeah, so, the Japan bank said no more QE for us. We're no longer doing QE. Go ask London to do it. Go ask Europe to do it, or you guys start to do it. And America's in trouble here, because America's going to have to do QE4. Okay, because no one else is going to want to do QE and destroy their currency or destroy their people any longer. So America's going to have to do QE4, and it's going to be the biggest QE, which is quantitative easing, which is printing money. Jenny Yellen is going to print more money than all the countries in history combined, and that is QE4. And once we see that, it's over. That's it. America will become a second world country. We will fall from the leader of the pack to a second world country after QE4. Okay, so you enjoy it now as you can, and relax and trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm out. Eyes open.